Welcome to Investor Web, the hub of financial insights. Today we dive into an issue that is often overlooked, yet critically important. Why the middle class is financially trapped. In our society, the middle class is often referred to as the backbone of the economy. They work hard, pay taxes, and contribute to the economy in countless ways. However, they often find themselves stuck in a financial quagmire, a trap that seems impossible to break free from. Understanding this struggle is paramount, not just for the middle class themselves, but for everyone. It's an issue that affects us all, directly or indirectly. It's a story of dreams delayed, of ambitions thwarted, of potential unfulfilled. It's a story that needs to be told and understood, so join us on this journey as we pull back the curtain on the financial struggles of the middle class. Stay tuned to unravel and understand the financial struggles of the middle class. To start with, consider the case of the Smiths, a typical middle-class family living in New York. John Smith, the family's primary earner, works in a mid-level corporate job. His wife, Jane, works part-time in the local library. Despite their dual income, they often find themselves living paycheck to paycheck. The crux of the Smiths' financial struggle lies in stagnant wages. While the cost of living in New York has been steadily increasing, John's salary has seen only minimal hikes over the years. The high cost of housing and utilities, coupled with the ever-rising prices of everyday commodities, puts a significant strain on their monthly budget. Another significant factor contributing to their struggle is the high cost of healthcare. Despite having insurance, unexpected medical expenses often catch them off guard, eating into their already tight budget. And then there's the cost of education for their two children, which is nothing short of astronomical. The Smiths' story is not unique. Like many middle-class families, they find themselves caught in a cycle of debt. Credit cards and loans provide temporary relief, but they only serve to exacerbate the problem in the long run. The Smiths are constantly playing catch-up with their finances, with little to no room for savings. The lack of savings is perhaps the most troubling part of their predicament. Without a safety net, any unforeseen expenditure or loss of income could tip them over the edge into financial ruin. The Smiths are always one bad break away from disaster, a reality that hovers over them like a dark cloud. The Smiths represent a typical middle-class family, trapped in a financial cycle they find hard to escape from. Their story is a stark reminder of the financial struggles faced by the middle class and a testament to the traps that keep them stuck in a precarious financial balance. The Smith story is not unique. Millions of middle-class families face similar financial struggles. Let's delve deeper into the financial traps ensnaring so many of these households. One of the most common traps is the cycle of living paycheck to paycheck. This is a precarious balancing act where families are constantly stretched thin, trying to cover their monthly expenses with their income. It's a high-wire act with no safety net, where a single unexpected expense, like a car repair or a medical bill, can cause a catastrophic fall. Another trap is underemployment. Many middle-class individuals are caught in jobs that don't fully utilize their skills or provide adequate compensation. This is not due to a lack of effort or ambition, but rather a lack of opportunity. They're left grappling with stagnant wages despite rising costs of living. And then there's the overwhelming burden of debt. This is a trap that cuts deep, often taking root early in life. The pursuit of higher education, once seen as a path to financial stability, has become a debt trap for many. Student loans, credit card debt, and mortgages are the chains that bind the middle class to a cycle of perpetual debt repayment. These are not isolated incidents, but rather cogs in a larger financial machine. They feed into each other, creating a relentless cycle. Living paycheck to paycheck can lead to underemployment as individuals take on any job to make ends meet. This in turn can lead to more debt as credit becomes a lifeline in times of need. The sad reality is that these financial traps are not so much a result of individual failures, but are more reflective of a system that sets many up for financial instability. It's a system that often rewards wealth over work and investment income over wages. These financial traps are often a result of systemic issues rather than individual mistakes. They are the invisible walls that keep the middle class from financial freedom. So, what can we do to break down these walls? Let's explore that in our next section. The systemic issues contributing to the financial struggles of the middle class are vast and complex. Let's start with wage stagnation. Since the late 70s, the productivity of workers has significantly increased. However, the wages have not kept up with this growth. Instead, they've largely remained stagnant, with the average middle-class income showing minimal real growth over the past 4 decades. This disparity between productivity and pay is a major contributor to the financial struggles of the middle class. Moving on to income inequality, we find another systemic issue. The gap between the rich and the middle class has been widening over the years. A small fraction of society controls a significant portion of wealth, leaving the majority, including the middle class, to share the rest. This concentration of wealth at the top creates an imbalance that puts a financial strain on the middle class. And then there's the rising cost of living. Everything from housing and healthcare to education and basic necessities has been getting more expensive. However, as we've discussed, wages have remained stagnant. This means the purchasing power of the middle class is being eroded, making it harder for them to keep up with their expenses. Add to these other systemic issues such as the lack of financial education, unfair taxation, and the burden of debt, and it's clear to see why the middle class is financially trapped. Each of these issues on their own is a significant challenge, but together they create a perfect storm that leaves the middle class struggling to stay afloat. The solution to these systemic issues is not simple or straightforward. It requires a collective effort from individuals, communities, corporations, and governments. It requires policy changes, corporate responsibility, financial education, and individual action. Addressing these systemic issues is key to alleviating the financial struggles of the middle class. But remember, change won't happen overnight. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And it's a race we must run together if we want to see a brighter financial future for the middle class. While systemic change is necessary, there are also practical steps that individuals can take to improve their financial situation. Firstly, a well-structured budget is the cornerstone of financial freedom. It's all about understanding where your money is going and making sure it's working for you, not against you. Start by tracking your income and expenses. Then identify areas where you can cut back and allocate more towards savings and investments. Remember, it's not about depriving yourself, but rather about making informed decisions. Secondly, investing is a powerful tool for wealth creation. The aim should be to grow your wealth faster than inflation, and this is where investing comes into play. Start small if you must, but start. You don't need a fortune to begin investing. There are many platforms that allow you to start with as little as the cost of a takeaway coffee. Consider investing in a mix of assets like stocks, bonds, or even real estate, depending on your risk tolerance and financial goals. Now let's talk about debt, specifically reducing it. Debt can be a significant hindrance to financial progress. While some debt can be productive, like a mortgage or student loans, high-interest debt like credit card debt can be detrimental. It's important to prioritize paying off high-interest debt as quickly as possible. Consider methods like the snowball method, where you pay off your smallest debts first to gain momentum, or the avalanche method, where you pay off the highest interest debts first. Lastly, never underestimate the power of education. Financial literacy is often overlooked but is crucial for making informed decisions. There are countless free resources available online to help you understand the basics of personal finance, investing, and debt management. By incorporating these steps into your life, budgeting, investing, reducing debt, and educating yourself, you're not just surviving, you're taking control of your financial future. By taking these steps, individuals can begin to break free from the financial traps that limit the middle class. Understanding the financial struggles of the middle class is crucial to promoting financial wellness and stability. We've taken an in-depth look at the real-life financial struggles of the middle class, examining the systemic issues at play and the traps that often snare the unwary. From stagnating wages to rising cost of living, the complexities are many and often interlinked. The importance of broad systemic change cannot be overemphasized. However, while we advocate for these changes, it's equally essential to focus on individual financial management. Practical steps like budgeting, saving, and investing wisely can help navigate the financial maze. The middle class is the backbone of the economy, and its financial health is a vital concern for all. The journey to financial freedom may be fraught with challenges, but with the right knowledge and tools, it's a journey we can undertake with confidence. Thank you for joining us today on Investor Web. Remember to subscribe for more insights into the world of finance.